This comic is rated PG-13 for adult situations but not nudity and violence, just like I like it.
Now available in paperback and Kindle Unlimited. Isis, All That Glitters. The goddess next door takes on a bikini-clad bank robber in this action-packed, all-new Isis series adventure. Get Isis, All That Glitters in paperback and Kindle Unlimited today.
Before I get into this review of Red Sea Comics' The Exorcist Club number 4, I wanted to give everybody an update on the SJS Direct 2026 catalog. Now, the 3 books of the SJS Direct 2026 catalog, John Haynes' An Offer He Can't Refuse, Isis, Runway of Doom, and Esteem a New Woman, I'm in the middle of final edits and page layouts on all 3 of those books. And I just got through talking to Bill Walko, who sent me the sketches for the covers for Runway of Doom and Esteem a New Woman, and I'm talking to an artist right now about doing the John Haynes cover. So I'm hoping to get those books out by the time the summer reading season starts, or the spring reading season. Hopefully I'll be able to get those books out on schedule. I mean, last year I was hampered by a heart attack as I was working on those books, and I'm still hoping I can get those books out to readers everywhere for this year. Now, until then, you can pick up many of the books on the SJS Direct imprint from previous years on Amazon.com and other online booksellers. Now, usually as I'm working on my books, I usually go out here looking for great comics to share with everyone and hopefully to get these books a larger audience. Now, what I see with many comic YouTube channels is they'll sit there and complain about the comic book industry and talk about how so-called woke many comics are, but they won't say a single word about many of the great creators who have been doing fantastic work in the indies and really making some of the best comics I've seen in years. And one of the really great comics that I've had the pleasure of starting from the beginning is The Exorcist Club. Now, The Exorcist Club basically is everything Ghostbusters 2016 should have been. Unfortunately, that movie basically wound up falling completely apart because the creators were caught up in trying to push feminism and identity politics to a boy audience that really just wanted to see fun action and adventure, and The Exorcist Club gives us that action and adventure we should have gotten in Ghostbusters 2016. And the 3 ladies of The Exorcist Club actually do a fantastic job of going out here and busting ghosts in their way, and the stories have gotten more compelling as the story arc has evolved over the last couple of years. And in this issue, we get to see more great character development of Sandra Soo-hyun and the cheerleader and the talking cat, Chihuahua, who basically is a living PKE meter. Now, Chris Moses and Anthony Stokes do a great job writing The Exorcist Club, and Dario Marconi's art really just pops, and the colors by Marcos Martinez really are strong. I mean, the team here does a fantastic job of this book, and this 4th issue does a great job of continuing the story paradigm of The Exorcist Club, going out here and busting these ghosts, but also does a great job of developing the characters in the story. That was another thing I really liked about this book. I mean, in this book, we get to see more character development where we've got, in 2005, this racer named Lola who wants to go out here and show everyone how good she is. Now, Lola basically is the character who becomes a ghost due to a tragic series of events that are done and as related to a sort of incident with the traffic lights, and as a result that leads to this street race. And as they're having this street race, sadly what happens with Lola is she winds up tragically passing away, and her spirit winds up remaining on Earth because she's not satisfied. And that does a great job of establishing her character in just a few pages, and later on we get some more character development and some things that I love to see, like with Sandra She started out in this book very dowdy, but now we're starting to see a more sexier Sandra. And what I also like to see is what the Exorcist Club, they're really, again, moderating their outfits to look a lot more stylish for each story. And in this one, the Exorcist Club gets their version of the Ecto-1, and they go to this car lot and they get their version of the Ecto-1. Now, the Ecto-1 in Ghostbusters was an ambulance, but these girls go out here and get themselves an ice cream truck. And the ice cream truck, again, they're buying this so they can have a vehicle so they can go out here and be able to do business as the club and go different locations. And this is where we start to see where their story and Lola's story come together, because she finally finds another Nissan Skyline like the one she had and uses that to go out here and finally show everybody what a great racer she is. And as that's happening, Sandra lets them know about her past as related to her sister and the issues that she has with her and the issues she has with driving. Now, I don't want to give away too much of this comic, but I really like what the writers Chris and Anthony have done here. I mean, they basically in this one went and made the Exorcist Club not as R-rated as the previous books were. And they've made this one a bit more PG-13. That was something I wanted to see with the Exorcist Club, because I believe that this book could be a very big seller if they just tone down the adult content and focus more on the storytelling. That was one of the things I wanted to see with this book, because I believe this book could be, again, a strong seller if it went PG-13, and I was glad to see this from Chris Moses and Anthony Stokes, again, toning stuff down and making the Exorcist Club a bit more accessible for readers of all ages. That was one of the things I like seeing about this book. I mean, yeah, there's one racy scene of one guy getting, serviced, but I really like the fact that they've tone stuff down a bit in this fourth issue, and we get a more of a focus on the character development and a bit more focus on the action, showing the girls in the club again coming together as a team, and more character development as all the women come together. And I also, again, I'm going to repeat it once more, really like seeing Sandra looking sexy, because we don't really get to see too many sexy black women. I really like the fact that they've gone out here and really started to evolve Sandra's character organically. I mean, in the first issue, she was again looking real frumpy and dowdy. Meanwhile, the cheerleader and who's a ghost, and Seo Hyun were looking all hot and fly. But now we got a good balance of beauty as related to all three women, and we've got a good action and pacing all around. And this one again really reminded me of an updated episode of The Real Ghostbusters. Now, when I was a teenager, I used to watch The Real Ghostbusters, and this whole comic really reminded me of those old episodes of Real Ghostbusters I used to watch as a kid. And I really like this one because, again, it shows me that it's not about the gender of the characters, but about the substance of the story. And The Exorcist Club is just as good as an old episode of Real Ghostbusters from the late 80s or the early 90s, because Ghostbusters ran from about 1986 to about 1990. I used to watch it on Channel 5 here in New York when it was in syndication, and then I would watch it again when it was on ABC, when it would come on, I think it was about 10:30 on Saturday mornings. But the storytelling here is on par with any episode of Real Ghostbusters, and that's why I say again, this book is on par with what the studio Sony should have done with Ghostbusters 2016. Give us three very beautiful and intelligent women going out here and busting ghosts. And The Exorcist Club shows us it's not about the gender or the concept, it's just about the quality of the writing and the quality of the execution of the concept, because Exorcist Club is everything that I would want from a Ghostbusters show, whether it be one with men or women. Just really well done all around, really well done all around book. And this fourth issue further builds on developing the story arc, showing us Sandra's sister and showing us behind the scenes of what she's looking to do. We get more development as related to that story arc. Everything in this book is well paced as related to short-term story and long-term storytelling. A really solid book that will show you how to do that type of writing as related to overall overreaching arcs, and really solid writing all around on this fourth issue. A fourth issue that, again, has action similar to, again, old Ghostbusters episodes, and Fast and the Furious with this Fast and the Furious ice cream truck, and a lot of sexy women, again, in an action and adventure you definitely want to add to your collection. Now, my first full comic, John Haynes at Death's Door, is available on Lulu.com, and it's also available in digital format on Kindle, on Amazon, and it's also available at Google Play right now. And you can pick up a paper copy at Lulu for the same price as the 2022 Kickstarter, or you can pick up a copy over at Amazon or on Google Play right now and check out my first full comic, or you can pick up my other comic, Esteem No Good Deed, which is available on Amazon.com for just 99 cents, or you can find it in the Esteem series book, Esteem Blast from the Past. And if you want to check out the books of the SJS Direct universe that are featured in the ads before and after this video, you can find all those books in the ISIS series, the Esteem series, the John Haynes series, the Spinsterella series, my vampire novel Eternal Night, my sorority novel of the Thetas, and A Recipe for Success. You can find all those books in the SJS Direct universe on Amazon.com, Draft the Digital, Google Play, Barnes & Noble, and big box retailers like Walmart and Target. And if you want to, again, help me to be able to continue supporting great comic companies like Red Sea Comics, you can drop a donation to the Patreon, the PayPal, or the Cash App so I can continue having the money to be able to continue supporting great independent comic publishers and continuing to help get their word out about their work, something many other comic YouTube channels just don't do. They just don't talk about other great indie comics the way I do on this channel, and hope to get the word out about those books so that they can reach a larger audience. That's all I have to say for this comic review video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.
Now available in paperback and e-readers, Isis, Revenge of the Cyber Goddess. The goddess next door takes on the threat of a deadly digital diva driven to destroy the world in this action-packed, all-new Isis series adventure. Get Isis, Revenge of the Cyber Goddess featuring a bonus pin-up and the other two books in the Cyber Goddess saga at online booksellers everywhere today. Now available in paperback and e-readers, Esteem Season of the Witch Girl. The aspiring angel takes on a wicked teenage witch in this action-packed, all-new Esteem series adventure. Pick up your copy of Esteem Season of the Witch Girl in paperback and e-readers at online booksellers today. Now available in paperback and e-readers, Spinsterella Goth Girl Summer. Take a trip into the macabre world of goth modeling in the new millennium in this spooktacular Spinsterella story. Pick up your copy of Spinsterella Goth Girl Summer in paperback and e-readers at Amazon.com and online booksellers everywhere. Support Black-owned and Black-operated digital broadcast media. www.niceradionetwork.com. Nice Radio Network broadcasting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.